You already knew there's a ton going on with gold, with Russia, with the Eastern countries. What if I told you now there's even more? How would you feel about a gold-backed currency being developed between Russia and the central bank of Iran? It's fascinating news. We need to uncover it, see if we think this truly is a gold-backed currency. We're going to do that, you and me, right now. So do you think that's a gold-backed currency? Because I do. Basically, you're going to have the two countries that are going to have an agreement. They're going to create this coin. They'll both have physical metal, 100% backing it up. And then when they trade amongst each other, instead of sending gold physically back and forth, they can transfer the coins back and forth amongst one another. But the big key here is that they are 100% backed by gold and they're being used for trade. To me, there's no arguing the point that that makes a 100% gold-backed currency. And you better not forget about your old friend silver. We're talking about silver here also. We know silver always follows in gold's footsteps, so when we heard that the central bank of Iran was working in conjunction with Russia to develop a gold-backed currency, that's big, big news for gold. They're actually developing what's called a stablecoin, so it will be based on blockchain technology. But stablecoins, similar to Paxos and Tether Gold, they're actually 100% backed by physical metal. So the Iranians and the Russians are developing this stablecoin that they can use to trade amongst themselves, basically with physical gold. Thank you for joining me here in the basement. I hope you feel like you found a little refuge down here, a little camaraderie, because you are always welcome. I'm just a click away. Please join me anytime you like. We love to talk about these subjects. Big picture stuff. Sometimes we focus in, but we're always digging a little deeper than the average bear. So if you want to come back, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Tell us about yourself in the comments below. Tell us your feelings. You do not have to agree with me. Trust me, I am often wrong, but I'm not wrong about the fact that I'll look forward to seeing you here again soon. Russia and Iran have gone as far to say that they want to trade amongst themselves, but they don't want to use the Russian ruble. They don't really want to use the Iranian rial, and they don't want to use the US dollar. I mean, surprise, surprise there. Those countries are both at odds with the United States, so they want to use real physical gold to trade amongst themselves, but they don't want to ship it in aeroplanes and boats every time they do a transaction. So this fits the bill. Now you have to realize Russia has been super hard on cryptocurrencies, and that has not changed, okay? But there's a difference with this because it's backed by a real asset, by gold, and is, absolutely backed 100%. Listen to what the Russian central banker had to say. She said, "We have not changed our position that private cryptos," and this is the great part of what she said, private cryptos for which it is not clear who is responsible, like who's in charge, who's regulating, or how responsible. Maybe she's referring to FTX, all this craziness going on in the crypto world, which are opaque and carry high risk of volatility. She says those should not be used in the settlement of trades. So the big key here is with this stable coin is it will be backed 100% by gold, and it will absolutely be highly regulated by the governments involved. There's a big, big difference between that and the 22,000 crazy cryptos, we're going to talk about that were created over the last 10 years. This is a gold-backed currency. And hey, we don't have to be Albert Eisenhower to figure out that maybe this explains why all the gold, all the silver has been flowing from the west to the east. Whether you're talking about Russia, China, Iran, India, any of those countries, they are all stockpiling the silver and gold, the smart money, taking delivery, the vaults of the COMEX and the LBMA where they trade the unicorn fart dust contracts. Those vaults are getting drained on a month-by-month basis. It's time for the commercial break because I'm trying to raise a family off this YouTube channel. If you're a fix-it, do-it-yourself kind of guy, get yourself a tube of this glue, B7000. I actually ran into it by accident when I was trying to repair a cell phone. I'd taken the screen off and I heard that that's the glue cell phone repair shops use, but I'm telling you, you can use this stuff, B7000, for a myriad of uses. It dries, somewhat flexible, and it's probably my favorite new glue. And I've got a lot of glue. I've used it to glue soles back on the bottom of shoes. It can be used for crafts. There's a whole list. Check this out. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. I'm going to put a link to a video I made about it in the description, in the pinned comment, and I'll put a link where you can check it out and read about it on Amazon. Now back to the video. And how do you think this all fits in with the MWS, the Moscow World Standard? Vladimir Putin has made it very clear that he's starting a new central trading hub for precious metals in Moscow to directly compete with the LBMA and the COMEX and all their unicorn fart dust contracts they have, because he knows the price of gold and silver is not accurate. It's been highly manipulated. Doesn't all this kind of fit in a highly regulated crypto stablecoin that is 100% backed by gold and used for trade settlement between two large nations, and that those nations would be acquiring a bunch of the physical metal? We're not even talking about China and India at this point and what's going on there, and the developments with the BRICS countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, and like 15 others, right, that are talking about starting a new world reserve currency that would be backed by real assets. Most people think that would eventually wind up being almost exclusively gold. Boy, the future looks bright for precious metals. Hey, I don't have a crystal ball. We're just kind of reading what's going on out there together and trying to piece this all together. But I'm really glad you joined me here in the basement. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to look forward to seeing you next time.